Yo, what's up, y'all? King Slick here, and today we're talking about Starfield. So, last week we talked about Baldur's Gate 3. This week we're talking about a game that's kind of in the same, ecosystem, but it is not nearly as highly rewarded for the creativity and/or like the work that has been put into the game. And that's probably because it's not of as high quality as Baldur's Gate 3. However, I will say I did have a lot of fun with it. Will say that I have not beat the game yet. I'm pretty far into it, but I haven't done everything that I want to do. So I just wanted to get this video out before all of the interest in the game fell off. So number one, I want to talk about kind of the direction of Starfield when it comes to RPGs. So Starfield really does feel like a Bethesda game. You have kind of a RPG that is created by Bethesda that really only Bethesda knows how to make. And you can play all kind of different RPGs. You're probably going to play Cyberpunk. You're probably playing Baldur's Gate 3. You could play JRPGs as well. But Bethesda makes a specific type of RPG. Now, it's hard to really understand exactly how it works, but usually it has to do with you have a bunch of choices, but it's more so you have a sandbox character that is kind of thrown into a world where you can choose where to go. And now, usually that means that the main story is probably the highest quality in writing. However, in this game, that seems to be the opposite. Whereas most of the side quests are actually more interesting than the main story. That said, I don't hate the main story. It's not as good as what some might have hoped. Now, with all that said, I still like Starfield. I feel like out of any of like Fallout or Skyrim, it has better shooting. Though the melee is pretty trash, I'm not gonna lie. I played a melee pistol build, and my pistols were out 90% of the time. The melee is just undercooked. I need to fix that shit, okay? Because in Fallout, you had guns as well. I won't lie, Fallout shooting, it's alright because you got VATS, but the shooting itself was kind of dog shit. In this game, it moves a little bit quicker, so it feels more, I don't know, it just feels more supported. With all that said, though, combat, there's parts of it that feel really good and parts of it that feel bad. The AI seems to be, mentally challenged. It has a lot of issues actually finding where you are, actually shooting you, and that goes to the point where I was playing it on very difficult, but it's not fun because very difficult just makes them have more health. So in the end, it just becomes a slog. That's not fun to me. I would rather have a harder AI than an AI that just has a bunch more health and hits a little bit harder. I don't actually think they hit that much harder than regular play, but yeah, to be honest, they probably should redesign the way that difficulty scale works. It just seems like this game in general needs more time to cook. Most Bethesda games usually do have that issue. However, a lot of the times it has to do with the modding that would help the game elevate itself. And it's not a great thing, I would say, even for other Bethesda games, Skyrim. But Skyrim was a complete game when it came out. There was a lot of bugs, but it was complete, and it was a good game. Fallout 3 was a great game. And, I don't think that Starfield is at that level. However, I do feel some hope that they will bring it to that. I don't know why, because Fallout 76 was a shit show. But anyways, other than that, you have the RPG elements. They feel very railroady. This game, you can't really be evil. As in, if you have a companion, they are not going to be evil. So your doing evil acts is not supported by the companions that are supposed to be the closest to you. Um, and even that, like, it also just doesn't feel supported because some of those systems, like stealing, like lock picking, whatever, the little digilocks, they feel a little bit undercooked. There's a lot of bugs with everything you do in this game, so there will be an item that doesn't make any sense to be like stealing. Like, it shouldn't be a stolen item. However, if you pick it up, you're automatically going to gain a bounty, and that's not great. Uh, Other than that, RPG wise, your conversations, albeit there are some interesting stories in there, it's very shallow. Your choices, you don't have nearly as many choices as you would in, like, even in Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 to some extent. Definitely not as much as Skyrim, because you just can't kind of build your character in the same way that you could in those games. Um, I won't say it's bad, but I would say compared to other Bethesda games, you're getting like 70% of what you wanted in a Bethesda game with in regards to characters or your character. That said, I've been having a lot of fun with it. If you like going to different planets and seeing sometimes interesting things, then you'll probably like Starfield. There are a few issues with even that. The planets, they seem to be very similar, very samey. For instance, if you find a tropical rainforest on one planet and then a tropical rainforest on another planet, they might just have the same species living there for some reason, or same plants. So, that's not great. They probably should have done a little bit more time on this one. I feel like this probably should have been pushed back at least a year, maybe 2 years. However, it is fun where it's at right now. So if you have Xbox Game Pass, go play it. If you don't, I would not purchase it because I would just wait maybe a year before I would play it, because it just seems undercooked. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on. Mod support doesn't come out till next year. And, again, they're probably going to fix some of the performance issues, no matter how much Todd Howard wants to say that you might need a new computer. It's probably not the case. Just they need to fix and work on their game by themselves. But with that, next video I am going to have a more constructed kind of video. So join me on those. We're probably going to do Final Fantasy, something like that. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.